Oh, the number 5. Let's go to number 5 on the number 5 for 2025 on the list, my list of predictions. The Diddy list. The Diddy list will dominate 2025. We are going to find out some of these celebrities. Maybe some of these tapes will leak, and it will probably ruin lives and careers. Maybe of some of the most famous singers, actors, rappers, entertainers, politicians. I've heard that there's some politicians that were at Diddy's parties. Diddy was basically the black Jeffrey Epstein. He was there to accumulate blackmail material for against celebrities and politicians and powerful people. So I think we will find out some stuff about some people in the year 2025 who are on the Diddy list. So I think that I think we can look forward to that. Let's go to number 4. Oh, we're running out of time. All right. Okay, so that's another one of those things where I kind of got it half right. It was a list. There was a list that shook up the world, that embarrassed a whole lot of people. It just was not the Diddy list. It was the Jeffrey Epstein list. I said in the video that Diddy was like the black Jeffrey Epstein. And that still could be the case. Like, that still could be the case. I did not predict Diddy would go to jail. I did not think that they would put him in jail. I thought at the very worst they'd kill him, just like they did Jeffrey Epstein, allegedly. But Diddy is still very much alive and in prison currently. He had those weird trumped up charges where he was somehow sex trafficking male prostitutes, which is what he's in jail for. I think it's important to understand he's not in jail because he beat up his girlfriend. That's not what he's in jail for, because she was actually a co-defendant who was testifying against him. Like, people did not get that about the Diddy trial. Cassie was a co-defendant. The prostitutes themselves say that Cassie was complicit in trafficking them. The people who were trafficked were the men. Diddy's in jail for sex trafficking men. Okay? Like, I'm just saying. Which, again, Dave Chappelle actually has a great riff on this in his new special. I highly recommend it. It's called The Unstoppable. Everybody should look at the new Dave Chappelle. The new Dave Chappelle special. He's a brilliant, brilliant comedian. To me, this is probably his most brilliant stand-up that I can remember. Maybe I'm just recency bias. But he has a whole thing where he sort of weaves in the history of the Mann Act, which is really about going after rich and successful black men like Jack Johnson, the former heavyweight champion, and charging them with this idea that they were, sex trafficking merely by bringing people across state lines. And so, that's always been basically something that they used to go after celebrities or people that they didn't like, particularly black ones. And that's sort of kind of what, like, they got Diddy on some level. Like I said, everybody knows Diddy's the devil. People have been calling him that in hip hop for 20 years now, 25 years. Virtually something weird happens or bad happens to everybody he had anything to do with, from Biggie Smalls being murdered to Craig Mack dying of AIDS to multiple guys have joined cults or gone super religious after dealing with Diddy, to to people dying of cancer. Like, Diddy's been the bad luck charm of hip hop for a very long time. Not a lot of love for Diddy from a lot of people, particularly 50 Cent, who seems to be a generational hater of Diddy. But in this case, this prediction, Diddy's list did not shake up the world like I thought it would. I think the Diddy, it's weird because I actually think it's very possible that Diddy was the Black Jeffrey Epstein, but somehow Diddy has been able to, and the government at some point recognized that they'd have to embarrass a lot of people if they were to actually prosecute Diddy for the stuff that he actually is guilty for. And so, like, there's probably a lot of, I probably was somewhat right about the stuff that Diddy was participating in with celebrities and politicians and all these other people. I just can't prove it. And the government, the state, it wasn't going to prove it, because I think if Diddy probably has the evidence somewhere where he could unleash it at any time if people tried to come after him or something. So I'll just say I wasn't totally correct. The Diddy list did not shake up the world because we don't know who's on it. It was the Epstein list instead. So I'll take the L on that one. That was my number 5 prediction for the year 2025, that the Diddy list would shake up the world. So let's go to number 4. Number 4. Number 4, the BRICS. BRICS. The BRICS. Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa. The BRICS countries and this alliance that they have created will continue to get larger. Right now they have dozens and dozens of countries that are signing up to join, because so many countries are mad at the United States and mad at Great Britain and NATO for this illegal war that they supported in Ukraine, this proxy war with Russia. That's why you see most of the African countries and Latin American countries are siding with Russia. You also seeing a lot of countries that are mad at the United States about its support of Israel and these genocides against Palestine and Lebanon and now Syria. A lot of people see that Israel's raison d'etre was never protection or to make sure, to protect their people. It was never about that. It's always been about greater Israel. They want to take over the entire Middle East. And so I think the BRICS will continue to get larger as just a defensive strategy for much of the developing world. All right, so I kind of called that one. BRICS has continued to get larger. They actually inducted Indonesia as a full member of BRICS this year. Now, you might be going, what the hell is Indonesia? Indonesia is the 4th largest country in the world. Yeah. 300 million people live in Indonesia. 300 million. You know who the 3rd biggest country in the world is? The United States. Number 2 is China. Number 1 is India. So yeah, inducting the 4th largest country in the world with 300 million people, the largest Muslim majority country in the world, that's a pretty big deal. And they also had inducted Nigeria as one of their partnership countries. Nigeria is the 6th largest country in the world. Yeah, the 6th largest country in the world, Nigeria. Nigeria has over 200 million people. That's right. So right now, BRICS has the biggest country in the world, India, the 2nd largest country in the world, China, the 4th largest country in the world, Indonesia, and the 6th largest country in the world as a partnership country. The 7th largest country in the world, Brazil, is already a member. The 9th largest country in the world, Russia. So, yeah. Now, BRICS is going to be a problem. I got that one 100% correct. BRICS accounts for 46% of the world's population, 25% of the world's land mass. The economy of the BRICS nations have increased almost 400% between 1990 and 2019. In 2022, the BRICS plus share of the world GDP at purchasing power parity is 35.6%. So yeah, yep, BRICS is coming. And once again, it is because our politicians in the United States of America have done everything possible to alienate the rest of the world by constantly invading people, by being hypocritical, and especially this what you see with Israel and Ukraine. Those two decisions to support Israel and Ukraine will go down in history as maybe the two things that broke the United States of America, that ended America's hegemony as the superpower of the world. Too many countries have seen the hypocrisy in what the United States are doing in Ukraine and in Israel. And even much of the global South is like, we're out. We want nothing to do with America at this point. So they're joining together with Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. And they're doing their thing. And that's really going to be bad for us in the United States, because things are going to be even more expensive once you get a lot of these countries that don't have to do business with us anymore, that don't have to take American dollars. When the BRICS develops their own currency, God help us all here in the United States. But yeah, that's my number 4 prediction from 2024, at the end of 2024, about 2025, that BRICS would continue to be a problem. And here it is. It's even more so. So I will say I was right about that one. I will give myself credit. Yes, I will. I'll give myself some credit. Yes, I will give myself some credit. All right, let's go to number 3. What was my number 3 prediction for the year 2025? You can book. Let's go to number 3. Number 3, call me an optimist, but I think that the Bears will finally make the right hire at coach and hire Ben Johnson, who is the offensive coordinator for the Detroit Lions, who's made them the best offense in football. I think putting him together with Caleb Williams and all those weapons, I think he will wrinkle out the offensive line, and I think next year the Bears will make the playoffs. You book it. Yes, the Bears will make the playoffs next year. So that's my prediction. That's my prediction, that the Bears would hire Ben Johnson and they'd make the playoffs. And was 100% correct. That I got that one 100% correct. The Bears are currently, I believe, 11-5. I want to say that the Bears are 11-5. They're in the playoffs. They've won the North, the NFC North. They hired Ben Johnson. Caleb Williams is having maybe the best season a Bears quarterback has ever had. He has the potential to be the first quarterback in Bears history to throw for over 4,000 yards and 30 touchdowns. So, I think it's safe to say I called that one. So let me celebrate that one more time. Yes! 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 All right. I got that one 100%. So because the Bears did hire Ben Johnson and they are a playoff team. So, you know. They lost a heartbreaker on Sunday night. I was watching it. They should have won that game against San Francisco. Lost at the last second. But I'm very proud to say that the Bears, my Bears, were in a shootout. In a shootout. They scored enough points. That offense that historically moribund offense scored enough points to be in a shootout. Woo! Being a Bears fan is going to be really fun for the next few years. All right, so that was my number 3 pick for what I thought would happen in the year 2025. I was 100% correct. That's why we're celebrating. And now for one I got 1,000% wrong. I don't even know what the hell I was thinking. Well, let's go to number 2. Number 2. I know this one sounds far-fetched, but if you just heard the story I did, this segment I did in the B block, it might not be that much of a stretch. I think in the year 2025, the aliens will finally invade. Yep. The aliens are coming. And when are they coming? I think they're coming during the World Cup. Yes. I think the aliens know that the World Cup is the biggest sporting event really around in most of the world. And I think it'd be the perfect time for them to make their landing and let the humans know what's up. So that's my number 2 prediction. We will be overtly invaded by aliens in the year 2025. Yep. All right. All right. So we can make the argument that aliens are here already. Okay. Like I've seen some people walking down the street here at past WLTH, and I go, "What the hell is that?" All the time when I'm sitting right here in this chair looking out at Fifth Avenue, I go, "What the hell is that?" But the aliens have not overtly landed and said, "Look, we're here." And me being an American, knowing nothing about soccer whatsoever, somehow pulled out the idea that they would invade at the World Cup in 2025 when there was no World Cup in 2025. None whatsoever. Yes, no World Cup in 2025. I am a complete moron. Again, I don't watch soccer, humans. Okay? Soccer is not my thing. I have a football that I watch, the real football, American football. I do not know anything about soccer, so I did not know at the time that there would not be a World Cup in 2025. But there will be one in 2026, so you might want to stick around. You might want to stick around for my predictions for the year 2026. I'll just say that. All right, that was my number 2 prediction of what would happen in the year 2025. I got that one completely wrong. The aliens did not announce that they were here, and also there is no World Cup, so it's almost impossible to have been more wrong after having been so right about the Bears. So it just goes to show you that, Lady Luck's a cruel mistress. I'll just say that. But finally, before we close out this first hour of Straight Out of the Cannon, the first Straight Out of the Cannon of the year 2026, let's get the number 1. Let's get the number 1. And what is number 1? I predict my number 1 prediction for the year 2025. Maybe this is just me being optimistic, but I predict that the Calumet Township will finally have a trustee that is not a crook. Yes. All right, so my prediction was the Calumet trustee's office won't be corrupt anymore. So how's that going? Okay. We got Ty Atkins now running who's the Calumet Township trustee. She seems to be a very nice lady. I've met her a few times. She's been in here at the studio. Always very nice. Always very pleasant. Very lovely. Very, very lovely. She seems to be doing okay so far. So far, so good. They're back to the 5-day work week at the trustee's office. They are offering rental mortgage assistance, utility assistance, food assistance, transportation assistance, burial assistance, and they had a summer internship program last year for high school students 16 and up to college students. So so far so good. So far so good. If I hear anything about the shop that Ty Atkins is running over there, I will let you guys know. I'll be the first to let you guys know. Woo! That was a roller coaster first hour, wasn't it, folks? So for the record, I was right about Africa continuing to rise in the year 2025. I was wrong about the economy collapsing at number 8. I was wrong that Donald Trump would invade Canada. I was wrong about that. I was right that Jimmy Carter was going to die. I was just a little bit early. But I was wrong about Joe Biden dying. I was wrong about the White Sox losing 130 games. They only lost 102, which is actually a 20-game improvement. A 20-game improvement. I was wrong that Diddy's list would expose a bunch of people, but I could, if you just change Diddy to Epstein, it would be, you could call it that a wash. I was right about the BRICS continuing to expand and have more geopolitical muscle, in the years to come. I was super duper right about the Bears hiring Ben Johnson and being a playoff team. That is my signature marquee prediction of the year 2025. I was wrong about the aliens showing themselves at the World Cup because there was no World Cup in 2025. I don't know anything about soccer, folks. I'm an American. What do you want from me? And we'll just say we'll put a pin in what Ty Atkins is doing at the Calumet Trustee's office. We'll see how she does and how she's doing. Hopefully she's not a crook. But I don't think she is. She seems like a very nice lady. Very lovely. Very lovely. Did I say that? That she's very lovely? Yes. All right, folks. When we come back, it's time for something that doesn't change no matter what the year is. And that is celebrity birthdays, the happy happies in the musical spotlight. Please stay with us here on WLTH 1370 AM. That is 92.7 in FM. If you're nasty, Janet, if you're nasty. We'll be right back after these.